So our side firmly believes in the motion that we should spend less money in the sports games and sports competitions. So first point, poor people cannot go to the games when you spend a lot of money in the games. When people pay a lot of money into these games, such as football games like FIFA, the economy goes a lot higher because of the football games. That is that is a benefit, but because of that, it makes the games a lot more harder for the poor people to afford. Because if the arenas and the competitions need a lot of money to build by itself, then the tickets of the games will also be very high, allowing a lot of average people such as poor people cannot afford and to go to the games. So the definition of sports competitions is actually a thing that is founded because they want people to be entertained, and sports is supposed to unite all people and make friends. But now, with all this money and all of this pressure and this economy stuff, it makes the whole game not very true, and it makes the and it's and it makes not and not and it gets it into a bad cycle which you don't want. So sports is actually not about how much money you have, it's about how united and how friendly you can be. And when there's less poor people and average people that want to go to the games, that means you will eventually go into bankruptcy because there are less people that pay you money. Only the people with lots of money can go. My second point, small teams cannot compete. Like another point is that when there's a lot of money spent in these sports competitions and arena things, it means that the more money you put into these sports are actually given to the best teams, and the best teams always win. So if you give more money, it means you're giving more money to the best teams, and they always win. That means you are not giving a chance to the small teams that are not letting them compete fairly because they cannot get the fair materials and sports equipment from using the money. Because the money is only given to the best teams, and that goes into a bad cycle that you don't want to happen. No, thank you. The third point is too much pressure on the players. So the third reason that why you shouldn't spend a lot of money in sports is because the more money you put into these sports, such as football, it means the more pressure the coaches give to the players. This harms their mental health and also physical health. Rather than letting them play fairly and happily with their teammates throughout the whole game, you actually press them down into doing what overloading their whole body and brains, eventually giving them a breakdown. So it also leads back to my first argument. Sports is about friendship, not about money. And no, thank you. So, do you want a person that you are giving a lot of money to, and he only works half an hour per day? Absolutely not, right? So you want him to work all day, maybe because you want to get the profit, and you want to get more money.
Okay, so I am in side opposition, and I would like to note that the first proposition speaker did not actually define key terms or even make a model. So, I will do that. Professionals. The motion is this house believes that the amount of money in professional sport should be reduced. Professional sport refers to people who play sports as their full-time jobs, and reduced means that the amount of money that they earn will become a lot less. Okay, so for my first point, I'd like to point out that playing professional sports is not easy. It's way more demanding than other jobs. Since you need to do a lot of training, and you also need to do a lot of training, and you also need to be able to work under pressure, since you'll be playing in a lot of different really difficult competitions where the competition is really high. For my second point, I'd like to say that it's also professional sports are also really important, since since they help the nation have a better national identity, which allows the people of the nation to feel more proud of themselves. So government should invest more money in sports so that their people can feel more proud of their country, and the athletes will also earn more money this way. Thirdly, yeah, and lastly, most professional athletes don't actually earn enough money as is even with their full salaries and signing bonuses and such. Many professional athletes don't really feel like they earn enough money for how much work they put in. So um, I think that if these people reduce the salaries of these professional athletes, it will make the situation even worse. Now I'm going to rebut to Proposition 1's points. Proposition 1 stated that these only the athletes who win will earn any money. However, this is simply untrue. Professional athletes can earn have lots of different ways to earn money besides winning competitions and collecting the prize money. Aside from that, they can also collect money by doing sponsorships, endorsements from their salaries, and their signing bonuses. Secondly, Prop 1 also stated that the
You
pro-
are.
that the poor yeah, sure, I'll take it.
So we're not saying that the people going that are rich, but why do they have to pay like 1 million to go to just a game?
I have no idea what you're talking about, because I am not talking about that. So secondly, I'm going to rebut to Prop 1's second point, where he stated that people need to pay a lot of money to watch live sporting events. These these um even it's not too expensive. It's actually mainly about how fast you can book your tickets. And if you get seats that are maybe a bit further to from the pitch, you can still probably get them for a good price, such as about $50. This is affordable enough for even poor people if they save up enough money. Aside from that, they can also watch it live on TV, which is a experience. Although you don't get to experience the thrill of being right there at the moment, you can still support your favorite team from the comfort of your own home. And that's my speech. Thank you.
So I will add two arguments on our speech. So my first argument is excessive sports money creates extreme competitive inequality and ruins the fairness of professional leagues. My reasoning is that unregulated massive capital injection allows wealthy owners and top tier clubs or teams to hoard the best allied players, coaching staff, and training resources. Small market, budget teams cannot compete financially, turning leagues into predictable rich team dominates. Merit and athletic skills are overshadowed by financial power, destroying the core sporting value of fair competition. I will give a real life example. The English Premier League, uh, EP or EPL, the financial gap is extreme. Wealthy backed clubs like Manchester City have been accused for 115 financial rule wrenches to inflate revenue and spending, enabling them to sign world-class players continuously. Meanwhile, mid-table and newly promoted low budget clubs struggle to afford star talent and high-level training facilities. In the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals allocate nearly half of their entire of a $279.2 million salary cap to only five superstar players in 2024, leaving insufficient budget for developing ordinary squad players and young talents. My impact is that league competitiveness collapse. Most matches have predetermined results. Ranked teams have almost no chance of winning championships or major trophies year after year. Young talent development is neglected as teams prioritize expensive superstars over nurturing new athletes. This impact is very important because fair competition is the mental foundation of professional sports, entertainment value, and public credibility. When sports become money dominated oligopolies. Ordinary fans lose engagement. Grassroots sports lose motivation, and professional leagues lose their sporting accents, becoming more commercial entertainment business rather than athlete competitions. Thank you.
Now I will do the rebuttal on the proposition first speaker. They said that high costs make a lot of poor people not watch the competition, but this is not true. Most sports games are shown freely on TVs and online. Poor audiences do not need to buy the tickets or pay for the subscriptions. A basic mobile phone or TV is easy for ordinary families to own. Many community even put up public screens so everyone can watch the matches together without paying, like in a lot of roads or where. And now I'll state my final and most crucial argument. Money brings real excitement to professional sports. Without enough funding, professional great games will lose all their attraction. First, money gathers top athletes from across the globe. High salaries and training supports let players focus fully on training without stressing over living costs. They polish their schools non-stop, create tight competitions, and bring us still last-minute victories. If we reduce funding, talented athletes will be forced to give up their sports careers. Matches will turn dull and one-sided. Fans will never get to enjoy these breathtaking games anymore. What is more, money greatly improves our viewing experiences. With enough funds, we can build modern stadiums with top-class facilities. We can enjoy high-quality live broadcasts, wonderful open ceremonies, and amazing halftime performance. Whether you watch match live on sites or sit at home, you can get an unforgettable, wonderful experience. Once funding is cut, stadiums will fall into disrepair, and broadcast quality will get worse little by little, and then at last it will become worse. And all the joy of watching sports will fade away completely. Professional sports win huge popularity exactly because of nail-biting matches and fantastic yes.
So how can you say there's not enough money now when in the info slide it tells us that players earn $5,000 like in each game?
But like I didn't mean that. I mean, if you have this money, we can use to upgrade the stadiums and even make the things better to let the fans and make the players play well. If we want to keep the matches wonderful and fans satisfied, we must never cut the budget for professional sport. Thank you.
Firstly, our teammates' motion is that this house believes that the amount of money in professional sports should be reduced. Firstly, the clash points between us two teams is that our point is the small teams can't get enough resources because the lack of money. It's basically unfair nowadays since some kind of sports can actually afford for private jets, while some sports teams can't even afford the proper training equipment. And our opposition point is that professional sports are important. That helps the nation stand in a better image all over the world. And also, the second speaker has kept being saying that the residents in this country can actually be more united during the sports, and they're gonna be proud of their country. And the clash is that. And the clash point is that our team are thinking about the money problem, and their team are basically thinking about the mental and the financial problem.
You are.
What your second speaker? No, thank you. What the second speaker said is that they are making it into a personalized problem. He said that spending $50 for an early seat, which can't be possible at all. It is not even related to a core point of the argument. We are basically saying about the sports teams. We are saying about what the residents, what the football lovers are thinking.
You are.
But yes, I'll take.
Then why do your first speaker mention that this will be too expensive for the poor and the average to attend the viewing of the sport?
Our first point related to the poor and wealthy people is actually based on their own financial problems. If you are wealthy, then you don't have to spend $50 to just for a seat. And for the poor people, your first speaker is saying that people have to spend that $50, and what we get from your entire argument is that you're actually supporting our ideas. You're thinking that people should spend less money on the most the team they want to support about. And judges, just let me say, the second speaker on the opposition team didn't even clearly listen to what the teammates said. Eventually, their target was to defend themselves. Their arguments. They said that the money can't be spent on the teammates so much. They said that the teams can't actually earn so much money at all. And that's what the first speaker said. The second speaker on your side was just kept saying that these money can actually be spent on the auditorium. They can be spent on the things that you're saying is useful, which is totally kind of taking nonsense.
Here I'm going to mention that the proposition's second speaker didn't even rebut to any of our arguments. Our first speaker, Devlin's first argument is that sports is very hard. We didn't receive any rebuttals to this, and this argument is very important because sport is hard. That means the professional ones, they have to all their life to it in order to get a success. And then the opposition team said that the small teams aren't going to be noticed, and they will say as little as they have been. However, our side would say that countries would devote their money onto the most strongest elite team because of the reasons below. World-class successful national team attract massive international media attention, drive tourism, boost merchandise sales, leads local hospitality businesses, and secure huge broadcasting and this is true because if they want to view the sportsmen at the site, they need to travel to the athletes. Other activities raise tax income for the states. Meanwhile, championship victories build national unity. That's what our second argument is, and we didn't receive any rebuttals yet. And soft power, a public good, no mediocre. Underfunded teams can provide. If government splits the same budget singly across every week and average team, no squad will have enough resources to compete internationally. There will be no tournament wins, no media spotlights, no tourism boom, and zero turn on public spending. Weak teams lack market appeal and cannot stimulate local consumption or global influence. So that also supports Tina's argument, which is it will destroy the public's view. And thirdly, I like to say that the other side didn't actually hear us clearly. We say that it would be an average. We just gave the example of $50 that the average people can watch it or on TV. So that is my rebuttal, and I didn't have anything to rebut because I didn't hear any clear rebuttals. And thirdly, I'm going to explain why our team won all the key clashes. Firstly, one key clash in this debate is whether or not should small be noticed as much as the elite teams. As in my rebuttal, I have already said that the small teams can't achieve those high-level effects, and if they want to succeed, they can choose to join the strongest team. That if they are strong enough to be noticed by the government. Any weak team like you and me, we can take football, but no government will notice us, will they? So that is one key clash, and I think we won that. And another one can be that they think the public can't view the sports races. However, we told you they can watch on TV, they can watch on their phones, they can watch in the sports stadium because the entrance very cheap. $50 at the most, I think. So that's the reasons I think our side won this debate. Thank you, and please vote for opposition.
Dear judges and opponents, team has said that we need to focus on long-term development and overall interests rather than temporary advantages. We brought up clear reasoning and real examples to back up our ideas. The opposing team only focused on one narrow part of the question, and they did not really rebuttal to all of our points. And they failed to answer the questions about hidden risks and long-term influences. The arguments lacked complete evidence, while every point our side raised stay logical and consistent throughout the whole debate. This is exactly why we win. We kept our ideas clear and supported our views with facts and fully responded to all the challenges. The other side could not effectively refute our core opinions. For example, the first point in opposition. For example, was the first point we said. In conclusion, our reasoning is more complete, our evidence is stronger, and our thinking is more comprehensive. For these reasons, I think our team deserves to win this debate. Thank you.
So this is why our team should win this debate, because we gave clear clear examples, clear reasoning, and clear evidence and clear impacts to this motion on our team. While the opposition team didn't actually understand what we were talking about, such as they didn't listen to what they were saying. So actually we win this debate, as in we have provided these clear examples and many clear things that are more superior to the other team, and we have also given many POIs to the other team that they didn't want us to say, and uh, they asked a little, not really much POIs, but so that is actually why we should win this debate. Please vote for our side, Judge. Thank you.